Welcome back. We're now joined by NBA champ and one of the greatest defensive players of his era, Tony Allen. So good to have you. Thank you for joining us.
Man, thanks for having me.
And let me say, for those who don't know, this man was as tough and tough-minded a basketball player as ever laced them up. And it's a pleasure to have you back on.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man.
Looking forward to it. Tony, we know your relationship with Kobe and just the fact that you guys faced each other so many times, and we've been processing the loss, but we do want to get your take on it and just having known him, having gone against him, and just kind of your reaction to his passing and how you've been handling it.
Well, it's been tough, obviously, knowing that, he's one of the greatest in my eye, probably my Michael Jordan. If I could say the words, say the least, but he's a great competitor. For the most part, every battle that I faced against him, I watched the most film on him more than any other player.
Really?
I mean, I'm talking about from the day before the game, the day of the game, and right before the game. And it's like so much film I had to put in, and just to see the fact that he actually said that about me, it kind of surprised me because we never talked on the court.
No.
We was always at each other's head, and we wasn't nobody budging. He'd throw an elbow, I'd throw an elbow. It'd be one of those type of competitive battles, but it was a big loss for all us in basketball.
Yes, it was.
What made him so tough?
I think just his relentlessness, his mentality to just seek and destroy. He comes to the game. Some days he might not even dap you, or some days he just might be real quiet with his jaws get tight right here. Anytime his jaws get tight right there, he trying to shoot at least 25 attempts, field goals. So I just know he's not backing down, and there's no shot that's going to discourage him. He might miss his first 8, but in the fourth quarter, you just better believe he's that confident to shoot the next 5. And you don't have a lot of superstars like that, and he don't mind taking the blame. And, I've been around this league a lot of times. I've seen guys shy away from those moments, and he's a guy that never done that.
So when guys talk to you, you would obviously talk back.
Yeah,
and you're saying that the two of you didn't talk at all?
None whatsoever. None whatsoever. And it got kind of interesting playing against him because after a while, I get to studying the triangle. I'm knowing sometimes he flash and sometimes he might, set a back screen.
And this is what Phil brought, the offense Phil brought.
Exactly, the triangle offense. Yeah. And I studied it so much, and sometimes I would have to deny him when he get hot. And it would be funny because he'll look at Powell, and he noticed that I'm overplaying, he'd get to talking in Spanish.
Really?
So, but that was a counter.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So, okay, if I'm denying, okay, now he's going back door. And I was like, yo, you speaking in Spanish now? Let me get ready for the counter. And he just did little creative things like that to try to get an edge. And like I say, he never shot a shot that he didn't like. And he worked hard. He crashed the offensive glass a lot. No one pretty much talks about that a lot. Great rebounder, great defender. Man, I could just go on about Kobe.
So what from film did you start to see were the secrets to not stopping him, but containing him? Yeah.
Well, I knew for a fact when he go right, he could do a lot. He could reverse dunk, he could pull up, he could fade away. He could do a lot going right. So my whole thing was, let me just try to be physical. In this era, we were able to touch and grab and bump and move. You can't do that in today's game. However, I said, I'm going to just make him go left. And whatever he do going left, he going to have to do that all night. So that was one of my first tactics. But you know him, he gets creative. He goes left. And you giving him left. But guess what happened? He go throw 8, 9 head fakes. And you fall from one of them, now he on the line. And then you wonder why he at the line with 15, 16 foul shots. But each game, it was one of those things where you had to prepare. You had to be, you can never get discouraged because I understand he's going to make shots and he's a high-volume player.
Do you feel like you had to be more physical with him than you were, and you were very physical, but did you take it up to the highest level with him on physicality?
Yeah, I had to, for the simple fact that I was playing them in times where, they was calling them the Mamba.
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody remember these days. He go a month with averaging 38.
Right.
You know what I mean? And some nights I wouldn't even get sleep, just getting ready, prepared for these games. And they had a ball club with, especially the year with Artest, Odom, you know, those guys, Shannon Brown. That was a huge group, man, with those picks being set, those guys coming to set back screen, flesh screen.
Right.
Body be so sore after the game.
You'd be sore after.
Yeah, just chasing him. And not only that, those guys are bruisers. They were pretty physical as well. So I had my moments.
Boy, Ron Artest could set a pick, a mean pick.
Back pick. Hurt your back.
You said he surprised you because he never said anything to you on the court. But when they asked him, like, well, Kobe, who's your toughest defender? He said Tony Allen without question.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't matter. He didn't have, let me think. He played 20 years. He said Tony Allen.
True.
It's
He
not-
added by far.
by
By
far.
far.
By far. And see, you know what, man? And that's why I wish I could have been able to. That's why this thing's so tough now, like him passing, because like I really want to like sit down with him, chop his brain, go back over some memories.
Right.
I see y'all got the pictures up there. Like which one of those guys you was talking about? The Boston Celtic Tony Allen or the Memphis Grizzlies Tony Allen?
Right.
You know, I thought a lot of my years in Boston, I thought part of me getting ready for him was Paul Pierce. You know, Doc used to always switch the teams around, make us play against each other, and I used to always try to guard Paul Pierce.
Right.
And I used to look at it like, yo, if he doing these type of moves just as Kobe, I could be prepared.
Right.
So that kind of helped me a little bit. But just getting back to the fact that we didn't speak on the court, it also feel like now he left some on the table for me to do something. I just think like with my mindset, him saying that, my defensive skill academy or something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying just to try to keep it in his spirit, you know. And just thinking back, like if we could have just chopped it up, you know.
So you never had a single off-court conversation with Kobe Bryant?
That was the only time right there.
And do you remember what was said?
No, he just was like, man, I enjoyed the years, man. You were a great competitor. And I told him, man, he meant the world to me and he showed me love. And
He signed a pair of shoes.
I was just about to say that. He signed a pair of shoes for me and sending that to me. And I put that up. Great memorabilia. I ain't touching that.
Right.
Where is it?
Yeah.
It's in my mom's house.
In your mom's house
Yeah,
in Chicago?
Yeah, well, she got all my trophies. She got any individual accolade I ever got. She holds it. But yeah, man, I would have loved to just smoke a cigar, have a glass of wine, and tease him about '08, and then he can probably tease me about 10. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
So that's the part that hurt a lot. And I don't know. Like I said, he left some on the table for me, but I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Did you feel like it ever got like gray area, almost a little dirty tactics between the two of you because it was so supremely competitive?
In that 2010 playoff series, I would have to say, because, you know, he shot his worst percentage that year.
Yep.
You know, but it was nothing getting in the way of him getting that championship when I look back. I can't argue the fact Perk got hurt, but you got to give him his credit, man. He went and did it. He won it without Shaq, things to that nature. And
do you remember any little incidents that happened?
I was just about to bring it up.
Go ahead.
So it was one play where he's going to the rim. He gets fouled. I get my hand on it. Probably could have been a jump ball. He was getting a little frustrated. So he threw an elbow. Boom. I caught it, stomached it, and I had to throw one wreck real quick. Took the ball. And it was that kind of battle. You know what I mean? So but he got his little tactics, man. It's Kobe Bryant, man. One of the best that I ever played against, man. If not the best. You know?
And you held him to, I mean, you didn't play him every second, but in even 10, when the Lakers got revenge, he only shot 32% from 3. So you were up in him, man.
And that was one of Doc's point of emphasis. He was saying, you know, you got to guard the perimeter. If we got a chance at this, Tony, you're going to have to defend Kobe. And that was just a lot of pressure for me. I'm like, yo, it's on me.
Right.
But James Posey had gave me a great remedy for it. I got to salute him, too, because I used to watch him get ready for him in '08.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I just pulled up some of those tactics, you know, got the gas man and Paul Pierce putting the battery in my back and Kevin Garnett in the pick and roll with me every time. So I feel comfortable. It gave me energy. It gave me confidence to say, you know what, I can go out here and compete. And one thing for sure, two for certain, I always never been want to be the guy that say, help, help, help. You know what I mean? So that gave me another motivation, and the battles were great, man.
By the way, did you and Paul ever get into it in practice if you were going that hard at him?
Yeah, no, he would like be mad if I didn't go as hard as him.
Really? Oh,
You know what I mean? He would like,
interesting.
you stick me every day in practice. You know what I mean? You need to be getting ready. And that was the kind of vibe he was giving me, just to prepare me, I believe.
So go this direction. You're living in Memphis now.
Yep.
You get to see Ja Morant play probably most every game.
Most every game.
Where are you on Ja versus Zion for Rookie of the Year?
Well, I might be a little biased. But no, I've been watching Ja Morant from the start of the season. He's been performing at a high level. He's carrying his ball club. What I like about him is when I go to the games, he's in the huddle. He's talking to it, encouraging the guys. Come on, guys, let's be ready. Let's be a little better on defense.
Yep.
I'm going to need you to cut, things of that nature. He's out there in the offense. We see a lot of his highlights, a lot of razzle-dazzle. It comes within the offense. It's not like he's clearing everybody out and going for his own. You know, he's getting everybody involved. So with that being said, he would be my pick for, strong case of Rookie of the Year. But
plus, he's played the whole season.
the whole season. I was going to get at that. He played the whole season. And here's a guy that went to All-Star this weekend and felt like he should have been an All-Star. You know what I mean? And I just think when you bring up Zion Williams, I don't think we could take away his stardom to his comeback. You know, his comeback can't be bigger than this guy's stardom. And he's been putting it down for day one. So, Jaws would be my...
Have you seen much of Zion?
I saw a lot of them, from ESPN.
Right. So what's the ceiling for Zion?
If you want to, I mean,